Interestingly, Ali McCoist has took a bold stance on Celtic after ongoing discontent between the fans and our board. We will go over what he has said in today's video, whilst of course covering all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Celtic cannot afford another repeat of last season's transfer failings when it comes to replacing Daisen Maeda. The Japanese forward has been open about his desire to move on, and while he continues to give his all on the pitch, it is clear that his head has been turned. Brendan Rodgers admitted he knew of Maeda's intentions as far back as February, which makes the club's failure to plan for his departure all the more frustrating. What happened in the summer is still clearly on his mind, and it's showing in his performances. Instead of acting decisively in the summer, Celtic blocked the move, leaving the player in limbo and running the risk of having an unsettled figure in the squad. Now, with January approaching, the board has had months of warning there can be no excuses. Supporters still haven't forgiven the hierarchy for last January, when Kyogo was allowed to leave for France without a replacement lined up. The striker left mid-season, and the Celts were caught short. That was followed up by an even more baffling summer window, where Kuhn was sold, and Adam Ida's 20 goals from the previous campaign were not replaced. If Maeda departs in the new year, Celtic must be ready. A plan has to be in place now, not on deadline day, not as a last-minute scramble in the free agent market. With the title race tighter and European competition still ongoing, standing still again is not an option. The board are already on thin ice with the supporters. Failure to replace Maeda properly could shatter what little trust remains. Now for the main story, as Ali McCoist has thrown his backing behind Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic support, insisting he understands the frustration currently directed at the Parkhead board. The Rangers legend believes Celtic's lack of transfer ambition stems from a feeling of comfort, with Rodgers not being backed in the market because the Ibrox side have failed to mount a serious title challenge. The co-commentator, who seems to cover just about every game on the TV, claimed that Brendan Rodgers isn't happy with the current situation. The manager clearly wasn't backed in the summer transfer market, and Celtic are now paying the price, with 9 goals in 9 games, excluding the Cup. The former Ibrox gaffer told TalkSport Bet, "Brendan Rodgers isn't happy, and you can tell. He wanted to change his squad and, with the greatest respect, he should have been allowed to." It's amazing, and I got a bit of stick for saying it, but Rangers need a strong Celtic, and Celtic equally need a strong Rangers. It's quite simple. If Rangers were in a far better place, Brendan Rodgers would have been given the finances to strengthen. But because Celtic look across the city and think, yeah, we're in a comfortable position for the foreseeable future, they won't take the chance and won't give him the money. I think it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? I've said it for a long, long time. I genuinely think they both need, if not a successful opposition, then certainly an opposition that's going to run them close and force them to go to greater heights. Celtic at this moment in time haven't been chased to any great extent by Rangers, and I think they're probably resting on their laurels due to that fact. So I understand Brendan's disappointment, and indeed the supporters' disappointment, that they haven't strengthened from a position of strength. Pressure is mounting on the Celtic board after the disastrous summer transfer window. Fans have begun protesting, with a late entry at Rugby Park and silence for the first 12 minutes of the match against Hibs. The silent protests are set to continue and grow as Celtic face Braga and Motherwell in the coming days. Fans seem split on the silences, but they have worked in the past, and the Celtic support need to work together to create real change at the club. In other news, Celtic Park could be close to full on Thursday night when Braga come calling in the Europa League. When tickets first went on sale, uptake was noticeably slow. Thousands of seats remained unsold as many season ticket holders opted against taking them up, with some viewing that as a reflection of the current fan anger towards the Celtic board. In recent days, though, sales have picked up. Plenty of the blue dots that once covered the stadium map have now gone, although there are still a good few seats scattered around and some sections where groups of tickets are available. It suggests the attendance will be high, but perhaps not quite a complete sellout. There are still tickets scattered about in almost every section on the club's ticketing website. What's certain is that the night won't be free from supporter protests. A silent demonstration has been planned for the opening 29 minutes, symbolising the 29 days since the board failed to issue a proper response to the open letter submitted by fan groups. It follows on from the 12-minute silence staged against Hibs and the late entry v Kilmarnock in recent weeks. On the pitch, Celtic will be aiming to build on their opening 1-1 draw away to Red Star Belgrade, where Kelechi Iheanacho netted his first European goal for the club. Braga, meanwhile, started with a win over Feyenoord, but are struggling in their domestic league, sitting 7th after a weekend defeat to National. It all points towards another big European night in Glasgow, though one that will once again be played against a backdrop of supporter unrest. In other news, Luke McCowan insists Celtic won't be distracted by Hearts' flying start to the season, with the champions only interested in setting their own standards as they chase a fifth consecutive Premiership crown. Stephen Naismith's side currently sit top of the table after 6 games, with Celtic level on points, but behind on goal difference. The Jambo's impressive early form has sparked talk of a potential title race, especially with Rangers languishing in the bottom half. But McCowan, who started in midfield during Celtic's goalless draw against Hibs, is adamant that Brendan Rodgers' men only have to focus on themselves. We're not eyeballing Hearts and worrying about them or anything like that. It's more worrying about ourselves, he said. It's making sure that we're at it. That's always been the Celtic way. It's about we come first and we make sure we're doing the things that we're good at throughout the season. If we keep up what we're doing, it won't matter what Hearts do. It's about the levels of performance Celtic put in. It doesn't matter if there's 1 point in it or 10 or more. It's about putting that level of expectation on yourself. It won't matter if Hearts are there or not. It's about us. It's a level of expectation at this club. You need to put that pressure on yourself and you need to accept that pressure of league champions. You need to go and show why you won at the league before. But knowing that winning it the year before means absolutely nothing. It's about pushing on and then doing that throughout the full season. Celtic are in midweek Europa League action against Braga before turning their focus back to the league, with Motherwell making the trip to Parkhead on Sunday. Their first head-to-head with Hearts arrives at Tynecastle at the end of October, in what already looks like a crucial clash. Celtic will be looking to pick up maximum points until then, to keep the pressure on the side from the capital. This weekend against Motherwell will be no regular outing. They've already shown that they can get points off the big two and have shown that their football can cause some teams problems. They went 3-0 up at Tynecastle a few weeks ago.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.